Tired of your pushes being punished? Let's learn the secret to pushing short like a pro so you can dominate the rally.
Have you ever wondered how the pros keep that push so short? In this video, we're going to show you the technique to use to get your push short, and that's going to help you to be able to dominate the rally. You can get the first attack. You can frustrate your opponent because they're not going to be able to attack you at all. The 3 tips for getting a short push are: firstly, get that ball as early as you can after the bounce. Second tip is to have a nice soft hand to absorb the speed and spin. And the third tip is to make sure you're not worried about making mistakes. So let's explore these 3 tips in more detail. The first key is to step in quickly. You bring your right foot in for the forehand and backhand if you're a right-hander. Hitting the ball early means that you're much closer to the net when you make contact with the ball. That allows you to get the ball shorter on the other side. If you're hitting the ball all the way from back here, it's much harder to get the ball close to the net on your opponent's side. If you hit the ball from close to the net, then the top of the flight is over the net if you're trying to get the ball short. If you're hitting the ball from all the way back here, then the top of the flight is here. And then you have to be very accurate to get the ball close to the net on the other side. So that's why hitting the ball from close to the net is much easier to get the ball short on your opponent's side. The second key here is to have your fingers and hand as soft as you possibly can so that you're absorbing the spin and speed of the ball into your racket. If you have your grip very tight, then this becomes like a brick wall. If you have it soft, then this becomes a sponge and it's going to absorb some of the speed and spin, allowing you again to keep that ball nice and short over the net. So the grip here is to just control the bat with your little finger and your ring finger only. So we're not strangling the bat with our thumb, pointer finger, or middle finger even. And that, you can see, makes my grip very soft and allows for a much softer, spongier return. There's no need to push your racket forward too much on that short push. The speed of the server is going to allow the ball to rebound off your racket. So all you really need is to get there and allow the ball to hit your racket. And that is almost enough to get the ball back over the net. Common mistake I see from a lot of players is when they're trying to put the ball short, they're trying to do a lot with the ball and they're trying to really push that ball short. You don't need too much momentum. All you need is to get the angle of your racket right and just touch the ball back. It's almost like you just have a rebound board here and let the ball hit the rebound board and adjust your angle to get the ball back short. You can see here Jeff isn't pushing forward, he's just allowing the ball to hit the bat, and that's enough momentum to get the ball back over the net. The racket angle is important. So that time the racket was a little bit too flat. That time he came underneath the ball. Again, no forward momentum. Jeff's got a nice relaxed grip and just allowing the ball to hit the racket. Tip 3 is, as crazy as it sounds, in training, I want you to make plenty of mistakes, because only by making plenty of errors in training will you start to really improve your short push. The first thing I want you to think about is allowing yourself to make mistakes into the net, and even sometimes the ball not reaching the net. I always see players, when they're starting to learn the short push, they're worried about making a mistake into the net. And that means that they're always erring too high and too long. So what is the ultimate short push? It's obviously to be able to get the bottom half of the ball to touch the net, and then that ball's going to drop over nice and short. It sounds crazy, doesn't it, to be able to make that ball hit the net when you want to. But as you start to hone in, you're going to find that you're going to start to work with smaller margins and you're going to get closer and closer. So if this is the center of our target or our bullseye, then I want to see 50% of your errors going up high, but I also want to see 50% of your errors going down low. If you've got 90% of your errors up here and only 10% here, then this is actually where you're going to end up. So I want you to lower your sights, lower your target, lower your bullseye, and start to make some errors both up and down. So you can see there in those last 5 returns, Jeff's bullseye ended up right where he wanted it. He had 2 low, 2 high, and the 5th one hit the bullseye. Now this one will feel very strange to you. We've talked about hitting the ball low. Now we're going to talk about how early you can hit the ball. What I want you to try in training is to hit the ball even before it bounces on your side of the table. Because remember, your bullseye or your ultimate is to get the ball as close as you can to the bounce on the table. So if you're always getting the ball late, then you're going to end up hitting the ball later than you want to. So we're going to see, and this is going to be difficult, if you can sometimes even hit the ball before it bounces on your side so that you can really explore when that ideal timing is to get the perfect short push. You can see here Jeff's trying to get that ball before it bounces and it's still quite difficult. That time he got it. Well done, Jeff. So after hitting the ball early before it bounces, then Jeff can try to settle back into hitting it close to the bounce. So that one was a little bit late. That one was a little bit early. That one was absolutely perfect. Your next step is to play the short push game. If you go to the search function on the PingSkills website and just put in short push game, it'll come up with a great video and tutorial on how to play the fun game that's going to help you to get that short push even shorter.
Make sure to check out the PingSkills website. We've got heaps of step-by-step tutorials, expert tips, training plans. Plus, if you've got a table tennis question, you can ask it right there on the site, pingskills.com.
What happened?
Hurt my ankle.
Oh, did you twist it or did you?
It's all right. Just a little bit. Ooh.